Hello and welcome to the Trail and Mountain Runner Show. Coming up in the show this week, we review the Barkley Marathons and Lake Sonoma 50 miles. We also take a look at the Salomon Advance Week in Trails and Tribulations, as well as all the usual features such as Off the Beaten Track, Tweet of the Week and the latest gear. It has been a busy couple of weeks of racing with some high profile races taking place. At the Barkley Marathons, two-time finisher Jared Campbell was the only competitor to finish the race and became the first ever three-time finisher. The race involves completing 5 laps, and 3 runners did start the 5th and final lap. However, both Gary Robbins and John Kelly dropped from the race in the 5th lap. Gary has written a blog about his experience, and I'll leave a link in the description below. He talks about not sleeping for over 90 hours and running with Jared Campbell for 47 hours on the first 4 loops. The Barkley Marathons must be one of the toughest ultramarathons out there. Is it on your bucket list of races to do? At the Lake Sonoma 50 mile, Jim Walmsley won in a course record time of 6 hours in the men's race, whilst Way Too Cool 50k third place finisher Yiao Wang won the ladies race in 7 hours and 14 minutes. In the men's race, Jim took a lead early on and never relinquished it, running alone for the majority of the race. Second place finisher Tim Frerichs broke away from the chasing pack at around halfway and was never caught, whilst third place was a much closer affair with Mario Mendoza, who finished third, and fourth place Dylan Bowman racing one another in the final miles. In the women's race, it was Camille Herron that took an early lead, pulling away in the first 20 miles. However, the pace she set was unsustainable and she would eventually be overtaken and finish 4th. Yiao Wang was 6 minutes behind Camille at 11.6 miles in, but was slowly pulling away from the chasing pack. She maintained a small lead over the other competitors and was 8 minutes up on Casey Leitag in second. May Flynn rounded out the podium in third, 6 minutes behind Casey. Finally, the Coaldale Horseshoe Race had some star names taking part this year. The 13.7 kilometre route involves 915 metres of climbing. However, despite the star names in attendance, Keswick AC runner Carl Bell came out on top, 14 seconds ahead of Max King in second. Having seen a number of photos and videos from the day, it looks like a great race but with some challenging conditions. Francois Dehaene has been working with Salomon to develop a new backpack for long distance races and expeditions. The S-Lab Advanced Flight Bag has been designed to support Francois as he tackles the 300km Tour de Gauche race autonomously, allowing him to carry all his kit, such as sleeping bags, in a comfortable backpack. It is only going to be available in limited numbers, so if this is of interest to you, it's probably worth checking out the Salomon website. As mentioned in the last show, the Salomon Advance Week took place in the Lake District this year. I'm sure if you follow Salomon or any of their athletes on social media, you will have seen a number of videos and photos from the event. By all accounts, it seems to have been a very successful week, and as Ricky Lightfoot commented on his Instagram, the temperamental weather allowed for some vigorous kit testing. Make sure you check out the Salomon Facebook page for lots of photos and videos. The 31st Marathon des Sables is taking place at present. It is a 7-day, 6-stage race across the Moroccan Sahara Desert. At the time of filming, 3 stages have taken place. In the men's race, the Moroccan athletes are currently dominating with 4 of the top 5 positions and only 1 minute 22 seconds separating the top 2. In the women's race, it is far more mixed, with Russian athlete Natalia Sedek leading over 35 minutes clear of second place. We'll have a full recap of the Marathon des Sables race in the next edition of the TMR Show. There are also a number of races taking place this week, such as the Fellsman in Yorkshire. The race covers 61 miles and has 11,000 feet of climbing. A lot of the route is not on trails and requires navigation by competitors. Also taking place this weekend is the second round of the Lakeland Trail series of trail races. This week they're taking part at Hawks Head and involve a 10 and 17 kilometre option. The popularity of Parkrun, the free-to-enter 5km timed events, has been one of the standout successes of running in recent years. However, it has been announced that a parkrun has been cancelled at Little Stoke, Bristol, after the local parish council has ordered runners to pay £1 each to cover the maintenance costs to the park. The council claimed that the parkrun caused increased wear on the park over the past 3 years, and organisers have refused to contribute towards the maintenance. A petition calling for the run to continue has had over 18,000 signatures at the time of filming. It'll be interesting to see whether this has any impact on the run starting up again and whether the council will change their mind. This week's tweet of the week goes to Dakota Jones, who tweeted this picture. It shows that he has completed the Fred Whitten round in the Lake District. The Fred Whitten is a cycling challenge that involves 112 miles of cycling over 6 major Lake District passes. It looks like after Advanced Week that Dakota still had plenty of energy to tackle this gruelling challenge. His bike doesn't look to be the newest either, which makes it even more impressive. This week's video is from a couple of years ago and features ultra runner Rob Carr opening up about suffering from depression coupled with his love of ultra running. The shots in the film weren't staged, giving an authentic look that links well with the voiceover from Rob revealing insights into his struggles. There's a link to that video in the description down below. Coming up on the channel this week, we've got an interview with Salomon athlete Anna Frost where we discuss nutrition, training, amongst a whole host of other things. So make sure that you subscribe using the button down below so that you don't miss it. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Links to all, again, are down below in the description. And finally, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and share it. Thanks very much for watching.